He looked at the Valentine's Day menu, stared at her eyes and said, I can't afford this place. Let's go. After she had an allergic reaction and still went out.
Nah.
City boys up.
Nah.
City boys.
What? Alright.
Whoop. Scar.
Mi gente Vancouver.
¿Cómo está?
Bien, bien. You stutters?
Yeah, that's where my Spanish
Oh, you're
ends.
supposed to talk for Yoruba stuff.
Oh yeah, nah. So
I know.
I want Yoruba people me báwo ni báwo ẹlẹ́yin wà
Mhm.
ṣé dáadáa lẹ jí.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, I think that's where the Yoruba also.
Atilo today. All right, let's
Atila
go.
today.
You had a story time for us real quick, Anu.
Yeah, welcome back to
The
Talk
shop
Shop.
talk.
I've been pissing this guy up with that shit. Welcome to the Shop Talk, and before we get into today's episode, let me just give you a little like story time, because
Okay.
I'm sure like throughout last week the whole Valentine thing, you were really like going on so many dates. So I searched up some very bad date experiences, and let's see what people online and in the universe had to say about this.
Let's see what the streets are saying.
Okay, so the first one, not necessarily the worst date, but it was a fun story.
Okay.
Okay, and it goes, she was Korean, had a very strong accent, and didn't speak English well. We met at a coffee shop and had coffee briefly. Then she said something like, oh, I have some errands to do, but I'm having fun with you. Would you want to come with me? And, you know, as a sharp guy, he was like, okay, like, let's get it.
Okay.
And throughout the errands, she was asking me what the proper words for things were before we went into, like, the places. So, like, I guess her English wasn't that strong, so she needed help. And when we're in the store, she would speak to the employees through me. Turns out she literally just used me as a translator for the day and left. After that, she unmatched me 5 minutes later.
Passport bros gone wrong.
Bro was literally Google Translator for an hour.
Or more like she was a passport sis. Cause it's likely she came to like Canada or the US and then Korean, right? So
Yeah.
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that was a date. That was a Walmart errand run. Not a date. Yeah, boy, don't count that as a date. Do better. So next one. Went on a blind date. My buddy forgot to ask the date where she was from. When I asked, she named an extremely small town that you really only know if you have like an extended member or something like that. Turns out she was his second cousin. They both decided to part ways and never mention it again, but he broke that promise right away because he told his friend to like ask her, and apparently his grandpa has 13 kids and about 150 first cousins. So like, yeah, he went on a date with his first cousin.
At least it didn't go all the way. Thank God. I keep seeing this one meme of like a wedding, like a Chinese lady interrupting a wedding because her son was getting married to her long lost daughter because she recognized the birthmark on her hand.
Mm-hmm.
But then the wedding continued because the son was actually adopted. So it's like at least that's not the case. But
Yeah.
like, damn, bro. Okay.
Yeah, that was a little traumatic to see.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. My college boyfriend and I took a trip to Seattle for Valentine's. So if you didn't take that trip, what are you doing? Okay. In like 2010, and when we arrived, I had a horrible allergic reaction to the soap in the hotel that they stayed at. And she just powered through the dinner, and when they got into the table, he looked at the Valentine's Day menu, stared at her eyes and said, I can't afford this place, let's go. After she had an allergic reaction and still went out.
Nah.
City boys up.
Nah.
City boys.
What? Hey, yo.
But I
How do
was
you
like,
embarrass yourself like that?
come on.
Come on.
Would you rather he wash plates?
I'd rather he go do his research on the restaurant first.
Facts.
Facts.
But
yeah.
he was there in the moment and he was like, yeah,
Gotta be prepared.
I'm not washing plates tonight.
I mean, fair play. At least he was honest. That's. I'll give him props for that.
Okay, and this is, I'm gonna give the last one, and yeah, we'll move on from there. Whoa, this looks a little weird, but it says, when I was 17, why am I no, I'm sorry, I don't do underage people. I'm gonna find a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, we're not giving you all audiences here. Okay. Basically, we went on our first date, and it felt like speaking to a brick wall, except that the brick wall wasn't terribly bright either. Whoa. Why is he dissing her like that? He said she dumb, bro.
Yeah, damn.
The thing that made it worse came later. Turns out she somehow, don't have a clue how, managed to run a background and credit check on him through her job at a bank. Okay, that's a little creepy. The creepy thing is that she somehow ran them using his address and all the numbers. And yeah, so she kind of just wanted to go dig.
What? I'm so confused right now. Wait, hold up. Let's rewind that real quick.
Okay.
So they went on a date, yeah?
Yeah.
Dude is ugly. I'm sorry. Dude is not ugly, but he's dumb as fuck. That's okay?
Yeah.
Understandable?
It's the other way around.
Oh.
The girl is dumb as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like a dumb blonde situation. Gotcha. Like, yeah, we have experience.
It wasn't me. Don't cancel me.
Okay, but like keep moving. So from there, bro, why is he doing a background check on her?
She did a background check on him before the date through her work at the bank. She works at the
Pretty sure
bank.
that's illegal.
Yeah, very much illegal.
Okay.
I think she got fired at the end. But yeah, like, bro, wouldn't that just be so weird if you walked into like a restaurant for a date and the person is telling you where you live, how much you make in a year, and all that shit?
Yeah, there's doing your homework and then there's that.
No, that's no. You're like definitely know the like Netflix series You. That was a You moment.
On some Joe Goldberg.
Yeah, that was a very
Women
Joe
find
Goldberg.
Joe Goldberg hot though. That's and no pause on that.
Therapists, please increase how much you charge these people, because I don't think they're using your services right. They find that
wild.
hot. Kill fire the hot self.
All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us on our 5th ever episode.
We're going crazy.
The Shop Talk is banging. We're lit. Some might say we're the next big thing in the world. That's what the streets are saying. That's what locals are saying.
I ain't fighting with the streets though.
Yeah. But yeah, gang. Well, I'm super happy you guys are enjoying hanging out with us, man. It's really been an amazing journey so far. Anu, how are you feeling? Like, what's going on?
I feel great. Like, just like the last month or last 2 months, getting like genuine interactions from people who see me and they're like, "Oh, I saw your podcast," and I'm like, yeah, celebrity, influencer vibes. I'm gonna be famous one day. And like, yeah, it's just so lovely, like getting that genuine reaction from people. And yeah, well, one thing I would say is that you're that, like, you see me in person and you're hyping up the Shop Talk, but I don't see your likes and subscription.
Come on,
what are you doing?
Like pause the video right now, like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
We love you. You love us.
Exactly.
So let's help each other out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, don't see me in person and hype me up and then not actually support. What are you doing?
Our audio listeners too, don't forget to like as well as leave a comment. 5 stars is much appreciated, but hey, say how you feel and say it with your full chest, gang.
Exactly.
All right. Real quick, actually. So remember, I think about 2 episodes ago, I talked about watching Griselda, the Netflix series that came out on like the 25th of January.
Did you finish it yet?
Gang, that is a show. Sofia Vergara, amazing actress. Like, I mean, we already knew this, but like, okay. So this show is actually pretty crazy. It follows the story of Griselda Blanco, who was one of the most notorious drug dealers from the 80s or 70s, I believe. And her life in Miami, pretty much. I'm guessing the story is pretty cut short because it's very rushed. Like, in terms of like, it's only 6 episodes long, but it gets like her story before she went to prison, and I'm told that her story even continues after she was in prison. Like, she was making bank in prison and crazy stuff happens. But anyways, for the story of her before she went to prison, man, she's a hustler. Like, I respect her drive. I respect how she is. Like, she's a natural born leader in the sense that she's able to like get these people to not say follow her orders just necessarily, but like get them to be in support of her even when she has the cards against her because she's a woman
Mhm.
and she's trying to make it in the drug dealing business when she has almost no background in that. So like
Okay.
heavy respect for that. I feel like one of the things that led to her downfall was when her friend died, because then her circle became very,
Toxic.
not toxic necessarily, but her best friend was her backbone and she was her number one supporter. Unfortunately, when she died, that was, I think, the end of it, because from there she started hanging out with more of the drug dealers' wives and everything, and then got into doing coke. No, she already did coke, but she got into doing crack, and that messed her up mentally, and she lost it, unfortunately.
Wow.
This is not me trying to be so in support of her, but it's like, yeah, it's a valuable lesson, right? Like, the people who you keep around you are the people who are a reflection of yourself, and
Yeah.
they either uplift you or they bring you down.
Exactly.
So that I loved that. That was a really good show. 9 out of 10 recommend. A funny thing that happened while I was watching it though. Guessing Mi Gente Vancouver, you also are familiar with Karol G.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in there. Sorry for spoiling. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, but yo,
if
I
you're
was
gonna
so
watch
shocked.
it, if you're gonna watch it, get expecting like
Yeah.
Karol G's like act was so good.
I saw her like in the second episode. She came in as one of the, I guess, her friends from Colombia, and I'm thinking, I saw her and I was like, wait, hold up, is that? I was like, yo, I didn't notice her at first, but I was like, wait, is that Karol G's voice? And then I looked at it, I rewound it a little bit, paused, and like that one Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like, yo, is that fucking Karol G? I was so gassed. I was like, yo, they did that, and it was like her role. She didn't have like a heavily prominent role, but she was like, I loved just seeing her in there. It was like really nice to see, and she looked banging in the like 80s hairstyle. It was, yeah. I mean, she's already crazy, but go off, man, go off.
Now that's actually crazy. One thing about me is that I love to see like artists in movies.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know, it just gives me like, it gets me hyped to want to watch the movie, especially if you're an artist that I actually like or whatever. Like yo, I'm like when Offset acted in a movie, and I think he was like either a drug dealer or Afghanistan kind of guy. I'm like, yeah, it made me hyped to want to see the movie, because I'm like, yo, this one who I like on the musical scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's doing so, yeah, might as well.
Bro, it's
like,
kind of
watch
like the
this
same
boy.
as when we had Bad Bunny in the Bullet
Yeah,
Train movie.
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I mean, I was like sussed out, like, what's Bad Bunny doing here? But
Yeah.
like, it was still pretty cool to see.
Even doing
though.
WWE, like he did like wrestling for a bit, and like it was so fun to see like the transition into like something else that's actually popping.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never like you can't tell me
Diversity.
that he didn't like fit into like that space too. He was
Yeah.
so gorgeous to watch.
Yeah, we love to see it. That's like Bad Bunny is one of the most influential, and then just seeing artists get out of their natural space to like actually branch out.
Mhm.
I think that's amazing to see too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, but real quick though, actually, I got a thread for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Over last week, I saw this one thread of people asking Elmo or trauma dumping on Elmo. So
What
the
did
thread,
Elmo do to you?
Elmo. Oh wait, so what started it was Elmo was like, Elmo is just checking in.
Mhm.
How's everybody doing? And the first, the replies,
We're crazy.
Elmo needs a therapist now.
You know,
Let's
he
just
needs
say-
not even them. He needs a therapist.
Okay,
Read us some.
First one. My wife left me, Elmo. That's how his week is going.
This week, please don't commit suicide, though.
Please be careful. Like, reach out to your medical health professional.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm not ready to go to a funeral this year.
Another one. Wife left me. Daughters don't respect me. My job is a joke. Any more questions, Elmo? Jesus, man. Yeah.
What did Elmo do to you? He's just asking about your well-being. Like, damn, you didn't need to like dump all that on him. You could have just said, yeah, it's a shitty week, and like be done. But we love the content, so
We
please
love
go
it.
on.
We love it. All right. I'm at my lowest. Thanks for asking.
Smoke some banana to get to higher.
All right, Elmo. I just got laid off. That's yeah. People are really going through it, man.
Yeah, actually, like on that note, I don't know, for like last week I saw a lot of like posts about like these big companies actually laying off a lot of their workers, like Amazon, Spotify, TikTok,
it's been
and like
crazy.
what's going on in the economy? Like,
I'm guessing it's all partly due to AI too, right? Like now that it's a lot more cost efficient to have AI support,
Mhm.
there's a lot less need for higher volumes of people, along with the economy, of course, too. But like, it's, yeah, job security is important, man. I think we need to unionize again.
Exactly. Like, no, for real, because like we can't just keep getting people like having these situations whereby you're securing your job for like a year and then you suddenly don't even have where to sleep because you could barely like make any money. That's actually like wild. And if you're out there feeling like oh that could never be you, bro, we're all people, especially people who like live paycheck to paycheck. You're one paycheck away from staying on the streets.
That's why you gotta be careful, man. Have proper plans in
grow
place.
Your skills. Yeah, your skills pay you more than a job will. Like definitely. But I keep going.
All right, I got a couple more. Okay, so this one's from Sanford Police. Okay, so it's a tweet and then there's a reply underneath that tweet. Okay, we're doing our best, Elmo, but there are a lot of stupid people in the world and having to deal with them is quite difficult. Someone replied under that, I just sold fentanyl to a middle schooler. Yeah, what? What? Yeah, Sanford, get Tamar Bates out of here.
Like, you niggas just say anything on the internet these days. What happened to shame?
Digital
Bring
footprint.
It back.
Digital footprint. People don't care about digital footprint anymore, and it's scary.
And then you get arrested and it's like, oh, the cops are bad. Of course they're bad. Yeah, you just sold fentanyl to a high school, middle schooler or whatever. Like, do better, bro. And I hope you get caught.
Please be jokes, though. Please be jokes. Anyways, last one. My dog just rolled over in goose poop. Thanks for asking, Elmo.
That ain't my dog no more. She gonna sleep outside tonight. Or he gonna sleep outside tonight.
One for the dogs.
Yeah. Hi, doggies. I love you all, but please don't roll around in dog poop. Right. Or like goose poop.
Nasty. All right, real quick, Anu, you said you had a quick, or you wanted to share like the importance of routines for us today?
Oh, yes. So, we haven't had our information section in a couple episodes. So today we're just going to kind of like educate people on routines. So I would ask you like a question or two. So it's more of an interactive session, not just me blabbing and giving my expertise.
Love that.
On what it is. But would you say you have a routine currently?
Oh yeah, my routine is quite tight actually. Yeah. If I'm trying to hang out with friends now, I have to like book it into my schedule a week ahead. It's tough.
Yeah, and that's the life of a working man.
Facts.
But okay, going on. So first of all, what are routines? A routine is a sequence of action that that is followed regularly, or a fixed program. And one misconception that I think people have is that some people think they don't have routines, but directly or indirectly we all have a routine.
Oh yeah,
because there's something you do subconsciously that you just kind of do every night. For some people it's going to brush their teeth before they go to bed. Some people is checking Instagram before they go to bed. Like everyone is like, oh yeah, I don't have a routine, but every night you pick up your phone,
that's screen time.
That's literally a routine.
That screen time be killing.
Literally. And one thing I found out in doing this research to educate us on the importance of routine is that doing a routine that would actually help us is always kind of hard to get into.
Facts.
But the routines that are like, the routines that don't actually like give us much value are so easy. Like they come so easy we don't even think of them to be routines. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're telling yourself, oh, I need to go to the gym 6 a.m. every morning, oh bro, it's gonna be like hell to actually get that done. But you don't need to tell yourself that, oh, the moment you wake up, the first thing you do is to check who texted or who liked your photo.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that's such a natural routine because it doesn't do anything like beneficial to you. So it's so natural that you think it's nothing, but it's your routine. And like what I wrote here, how does your routine impact your life? Well, our routines are a direct reflection of our daily choices.
Okay.
And as we all know, our choices reflect the outcome of our lives. So if your routine every morning is to wake up, check your phone, get all those like either positive or negative energy in your system in the morning.
Quick rush of dopamine.
Yeah, quick rush of dopamine. Your whole day is going to be centered around finding dopamine.
Oh, okay.
But we see like this very productive and people doing very well for themselves, they say, oh, the moment I wake up, I take like 5-10 minutes to either be appreciative, either like sit down and work on my mentality here and write down my goals. And because that's what they do on a daily basis, they're gonna keep searching for those like goals, because their routine has kind of like put what they want in life into perspective.
Okay.
So indirectly or directly, what routines do you do like consistently, and how are those impacting you? Take 5 seconds, write it down. Like, take a note, like write down what you do 5 minutes before you go to bed and 5 minutes when you wake up. And to see a difference in your life, just change something. It doesn't have to be like
anything too big.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be big in the beginning. Let's say you wake up at 5, let's say you wake up at 10 a.m. and that kind of like, because other people wake up at like 6, 5, so you're like missing out on 4 hours of the day already. You know what I mean? Wake up at 9:30. Like, make that consistent for a bit. Do something else. Wake up at 8. When you wake up, instead of like grabbing your phone, take a walk. Like, these little choices of our routines actually has a bigger impact in our life in general. So, any routines that you do right now?
Oh, that's actually crazy. I actually have a little bit to add on that, actually. Okay, so recently I've been reading this book called Atomic Habits, right? And it's a really good book. Like, honestly, if you ever wanted to break out of a habit or develop new habits, that would be great. And speaking on routines, actually, these are all centered around the habits we tend to have consciously or subconsciously, right? So, and like, just the way Anu has said, anything that you're doing, you need to be intentional about it. And speaking, like, I'm gonna give a case study for myself. Going to the gym is not necessarily too hard, but at the same time, it's getting out of bed that's the hard part. You need to examine your life, examine what parts making these routines harder. And for example, it would be like waking up 6:30 a.m., getting your shit together, and then leaving the apartment. Yeah. Like, I've always found that the easiest part of going to the gym is actually being in the gym. Once you're there, you have to do something. You're ready to go, but it's the part of getting out of bed that's always hard. Yeah. So what I've used to circumvent that, like, I guess difficulty would be like the night before, I'd set up my gym clothes and everything ready on the chair. And then from there, once I wake up in the morning, I just get up, get dressed, get my duffel bag, which is right next to it. So it's all there. I just, like, once I'm out of bed, get dressed and dip and live, and that's it. Like, the moment I make it out of my apartment building, that's it. That's my day has started. Yeah, the day is gonna be great too. Yeah, I think it's just little steps like that help facilitate these routines and facilitate these habits into making them a lot more integral into your life. So let's say you wanted to quit doom scrolling for a bit too. You could put an app lock on your apps you want on your phone too, or take a second to put it away. Like, once it's out of your field of view, or you're like, once you make these habits harder to do, that's what makes it, like, that's what helps remove it from being a habit. And making these habits a lot more accessible and easier is what makes them easier to do. Yeah. So it's all about your subconscious and your conscious working hand in hand to make these routines possible. Yeah, beautiful. And one thing I wanted to add on that was, a lot of people, like, they start routines and they give up too early before, like, that habit is actually formed in them. Oh yeah. Well, a case study from the European Journal of Social Psychology found that on average it takes about 66 days to continuously do a certain routine to form it as a unbreakable habit. Oh yeah. And they also noticed that you missing out on one day, or let's say like one day in, one day out, in the long run doesn't have that much of a bad side effect. Some people, like, they miss out on one day and they're like, oh shit, like, I have to start all over. No. As long as in the long run, let's say you missed today, you have to be back there tomorrow. Because it's when you start missing back-to-back days that the fire that you already started with starts to diminish, and then you're like back to the same old habits that you had. Yeah. So, one, don't be too hard on yourself for missing a day. But two, what decision are you going to make after you've missed that day? Are you going to miss another one? Or are you going to, like, stand firm and form those good habits that would actually get you to where you need to be at the end of the year? Yeah. And I think on top of that, actually, you got to realize that progress is not linear.
Mm-hmm.
Even for a bit, like, for example, for us starting the podcast, right? The ideal situation would be that, okay, we'll be able to grow from like 100 to 1,000 immediately. But no, that's not how life works.
Yeah.
You got to remember that there will be ups, there will be downs. And it's all about the consistency and how much you're working towards getting this done, right?
Yeah.
So putting it into that perspective, you know that even if you miss today, don't be too hard on yourself, but know that you can do better,
Yeah.
and you just keep working towards the goal you want to accomplish. Having a goal in mind is what helps make that routine a lot more visible, because what the routine is the list of things you're gonna do to help make that goal more
Yeah,
realistic.
that's the process.
So yeah, that always trust the process.
Yeah, as you should. Well, to end off this segment, I would say if there's anything you've learned today, this you shouldn't forget. Write down those 5 to 10 habits that you do morning and night, how they impact your life. If you want to know how they impact your life, just write down where you are currently in life, and where you want to be, and find 1 or 2 things you can change. Maybe it's sleeping early in the night, or waking up early in the morning. Find those maybe it's taking a cold shower in the morning, maybe it's actually reading a book before you go to bed. Just 1 or 2 things that you can change, and stick to it. And I promise you would see like a difference in yourself, and the things that you get to experience as time goes by.
For sure, good. All right. Oh, and real quick, this is the part of this segment is where we talk about a little bit of anime, because we've been starved. I've actually been wanting to talk about anime for the longest minute.
One Piece.
If you remember in the last episode, Anu was trying to clown me for being so excited because we're finally talking about a little bit of anime. But like, yo, I itch for this. Like, I was that nerdy kid in school that was like, I wanted to talk about cartoons and stuff, and then all the girls hated me for it. Now I can talk about it without it being like I'm a geek or something.
Okay.
But yes, real quick, Demon Slayer is coming back, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm so gassed.
Excited.
Like, okay, season 3.
Tanjiro.
Nigga, what the fuck was that?
Bro, that's how like that dude who like makes his sword sounds. No. The lightning guy.
Zenitsu,
that's how he says Tanjiro.
Alright, we missed Zenitsu and Inosuke in the last season.
Yeah, I need them back.
Anyways, so season 3 was, I guess, it dropped off a little bit of the tempo from season 2. Because I remember when season 2 came out, oh my god, that final fight. Tengen, Gyutaro.
That was sick.
That was a peak time to be alive, my guy. Yeah, and that season 3 wasn't bad by any means, but it definitely dropped down a little bit of the hype from there. But trust me, dudes, the next couple arcs that are coming, like the Hashira training arc is gonna be a build-up leading towards what the final arc of Demon Slayer is gonna be like. I think the Hashira training arc comes out on the 25th of February.
Ooh, this man is on he's on
I'm on this shit, and gang, man, it is gonna be so hype because we're actually gonna see a lot more of what the rest of the Hashira have to offer, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't put too much pressure on the Hashira training arc. It's kind of like, it's not necessarily filler. It's more so like the part that leads up. But then that final battle, oh my god, you guys are not ready for the amount of heartbreak you're gonna have.
For y'all who have not read the manga, I'm sorry, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait on only like the anime, and I read the whole manga, so like I'm excited out of my mind for what's about to like happen in terms of action.
They're gonna pop off. Yo. Like if you thought the season 2 Tengen versus Gyutaro was crazy,
wait for it.
Wait for the what's called final battle. It is insane, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, okay. That's it for Demon Slayer. They're getting too much. They're getting too much PR right now. Y'all better send that advertisement check.
Like straight up. We're growing now. We have an audience. We need a little bit of that. We're here for it. We need that monetization.
Exactly. We gotta make money off this shit, man.
Oh yeah. Speaking of anime, though, the next thing there's gonna be an anime convention actually this soon. Yeah, it's Fan Expo, which isn't necessarily anime, but it's more so like, I guess, sci-fi. Then anime gets included and it overshadows everything else pretty much. Which is Fan Expo is gonna be in February. I can't remember what day. I think it's early February though. But then I think there should be an anime expo later in the year.
Yeah.
Which is I'm excited for.
I love like going to those anime conventions because the cosplays are so beautiful.
Man, beautiful people.
Beautiful.
Great vibes all the time. Last time I went to Fan Expo, last year. I got dressed in like AOT season 4.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That was
I got
really cute.
interviewed too because of how clean I looked. I was like, shit, I was feeling myself a little too
Man
much.
thought he was an Ackerman. He thought he was an Ackerman for a second.
Man. But it was a nice time.
Wait, before we go, I want to give shout out to One Piece because I love One Piece.
Bro, man. Well, what's going on with One Piece right now anyway?
For those of you who are not up to date, Gear 5 looks amazing.
Sure.
Like I freaking love Gear 5. What do you mean, share? Get out of here. I really love Gear 5. Like just seeing Luffy be able to do all the dumb shit he's always wanted to do, but didn't have the actual capacity to do it. But now like he's a fucking song god, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And you see callbacks to like earlier episodes, or like there was one where in Arlong Park, I could go on and on about One Piece, but in Arlong Park,
bro, this is your Alina Baraz.
Yeah, this is my own Alina
Bro,
Baraz.
Get Luffy's dick out of your throat, bro.
Bro,
I know we can expand it and shit, but yo.
This man needs to calm down with all this like sauce talk he's been going on like. But anyways, the scene in Arlong Park where like Arlong was gonna bite off his neck and then he put his head to the side. In Gear 5, he literally has a scene where he's like, making his head pop out in like different spots, and like it's so funny. Like it's just so amazing. Like please catch up.
Right.
So many people are always like, oh yeah, it's too long.
Myself included.
Okay.
The hype for Gear 5 was crazy, but when it was like the animation's crisp and lovely, but because I didn't have the context like he's described it, like the way he's described it now actually makes me want to, watch with that context. But after this, I saw the Gear 5 fight, and I thought it's great and all, but it should look like fucking Looney Tunes in my head.
Exactly, that's the.
But if that's what they were going for, then that's banging.
That's
I love that.
The whole idea. Just
for me, it didn't work.
Imagine a gear up whereby you can do anything. You can stretch the fabric of reality.
Oh, so domain expansion?
JJK is not getting any PR this week. I need to see that check first. But just imagine like an action whereby like you can actually like stretch reality. Like he can make people's eyes pop out of their face. Like when like Tom and Jerry gets hit and they're like, oh yeah, shit like that. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. Please give it a watch if you haven't. If you can read the manga, like both are like awesome.
Honestly, I'd recommend reading the manga more, just because the pacing for One Piece's show is. Bro, they're at 1,000+ episodes. I'm sorry, but nobody living in Vancouver is watching 1,000+ episodes.
1,000 is not even close to enough so far. Like I think we still need like another 1,000 for so many uncovered stories and like.
Bro, if we were to go into this right now, I compare it with JoJo's. JoJo's has way more chapters, but then way less episodes. Like that's how you do good pacing. Yeah.
Gap.
Okay.
It's called Goda for a reason.
Fair enough. Thank you guys so much. It's been awesome, bro. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us again this week. It's been lovely, man. Shit, we're getting better and better with each passing week. That's crazy.
He just sounded like a SpongeBob character, and I just couldn't get it out of my head.
Make sure to like and subscribe, SpongeBob. Yay, I'm Patrick. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again on the sexiest podcast in the city, soon to be the world.
Talk.
All right. And we'll see you guys again next week.
Bye. Have a great weekend and a great life.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, and we also have to preface for this episode too. We're just gonna say like, oh, thank you so much for the support on the last episode, guys. Even though we don't know, obviously it's gonna be good, hopefully. But start by saying like, it's been amazing.
Your mic is gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.